Prince Harry is furious. Not just furious, sources say he is absolutely crashing out. He had just been told about a claim made live by investigative author Tom Bower. In that segment, Bower didn't hold back. He said that new evidence and testimony might suggest that Meghan Markle could already be a grandmother through a daughter she allegedly had long before she met Harry. At first, the prince reportedly laughed, thinking it was another wild rumor. But as Bower continued showing photos and timelines, the laughter faded. Witnesses say Harry's face went pale, his eyes fixed on the screen as if seeing his wife's past rewritten before him. Behind palace walls, one question echoed louder than any other. Is it true? Could Meghan have had a daughter decades before Harry? Royal staff didn't know how to answer, but outside those walls, the storm had already begun. Because at the center of that revelation was one man, Joe Giuliano, the name the world had almost forgotten. For nearly 30 years, Joe Giuliano had lived in the shadows of another person's story. Once whispered about as Meghan Markle's first husband, he had become a ghost unseen, unheard, unmentioned. His name was scrubbed from history like chalk from a board. But now, after decades of silence, Joe Giuliano has allegedly spoken. Sources close to his family in Chicago claim that Joe recently shared photographs never meant for public eyes, images that could rewrite Meghan Markle's carefully built narrative. And what those pictures reveal isn't about her fame or her royal title. It's about a daughter. A young woman born in the 1990s, hidden, protected, and kept out of every official record. According to insiders, Joe had stayed quiet for years out of respect. But something changed. Perhaps guilt, perhaps the weight of truth. Whatever the reason, the silence broke, and the echoes are shaking every corner of Meghan's story. The images, reportedly passed through a family acquaintance, have since been described as impossible to ignore. In one photo, Joe stands outside a small cafe in Chicago. He's holding a child, her posture calm, her expression gentle. But it's her face that draws the eye. Dark hair, warm brown eyes, and a smile that could belong only to Meghan Markle. The resemblance is haunting. Side-by-side comparisons with Meghan's early headshots show identical features. The same face shape, the same left-hand dimple, even the faint freckles across the nose. Another photo shows the same woman in profile, and there, the Giuliano resemblance takes over. The straight nose, the calm, steady eyes, two worlds merged into one face. Those who've seen the pictures describe the experience as chilling. One family friend allegedly said, "You can't unsee it. Once you look, you know." For years, rumors about a secret child had floated in whispers and conspiracy corners, but this time, it wasn't rumor. It was image. And images don't lie, they just wait for someone brave enough to look. Before palaces, before headlines, before royalty, there was Las Vegas. In the mid-1990s, according to sources tied to Joe Giuliano's family, Meghan Markle and Joe exchanged vows in a small chapel just off the Strip. No photographers, no witnesses beyond two clerks and the officiant. Just two young people chasing a private moment that felt bigger than themselves. But that moment didn't last. Within months, it was gone. Not through divorce, through erasure. An annulment was filed almost immediately. A process so swift it raised quiet questions even then. Nevada law made annulments possible within days, but sealing them, that took influence. And according to insiders, this one was sealed tighter than most. It wasn't meant to be a breakup, it was meant to be a disappearance. The file closed, the records vanished, and the names were buried.